Eric Keller here with Enthusiast Auto Group. We are in EAG's main workshop where we're going to do a little shop tour and we're going to talk about a very special M5. It is not this Chiaretto Rot 2003 M5. It's one of just 42 built in that color. Rather an E28 M5, the father of all M5s. We have a 1990 E30 M3 brilliant rod over black that we've just recently sold to a 36-year veteran at BMW North America. That car will be heading to South Carolina once the Rejuve program is finished. And we've got a E24 M6 that is a customer Rejuve shipped in from New York, just getting its finishing touches before heading back home. E92 M3 Le Mans Blue competition that lasted less than a week on the market, in for its post-sale inspection and final rounds of quality control before heading off to detail and then shipping. We have a pretty special M3 lightweight. This is kind of a cool story with this one. It had just one owner. It was always used as a street car. It was kind of one of the ones that didn't sell and then sold new for the first time in 1997. And as such, in being used as a street car, the first owner had no use or desire to spend $1,000 to get the GT kit that would have the spoiler and the extra motorsport stuff, because he was going to drive this thing to work and back, and that's what he did. 74,000 miles worth. The Bay Area is a great climate though for car preservation, and this car's condition is just exceptional. It's all original, numbers matching, and never been tracked, never been driven hard. Even the motorsport strut brace there is not installed. And looking forward to finding the next owner for this special car. Just 126 of these built, quite a special car. Speaking of special cars, we have over yonder an Alpina B7 Turbo /3. This is a car not a lot of people are very familiar with, I expect. It is the end of the B7 Turbo platform relative to the E28 market. And the /3 notes that it was a catalyst version, which is right there. And these were for the Japanese market. This car is just in for its Rejuve work. And despite the 95,000 and change kilometers and the 4-inch binder noting over $50,000 of investment by the previous owner that we bought it from, who did a great job, by the way. But the shop he had commissioned to do the work on the head, unfortunately didn't do as great of a job as we would have hoped. And here, 400 miles later, we're digging back in to fix it right. But it's going to be EAG verified and validated once we're done, and that's when we're going to put it on market. And then, when it sells, like this 08 M5 did, out from San Francisco as well, originally sourced, always lived there too. Sold it to a client in Vancouver, British Columbia. He commissioned us to do the full Dynon Stage 2 package, and that is what we're doing and in process of. And once it is done, it's going on an enclosed truck, which is actually not too far from where we just sourced the E28 M5, the primary subject of this video. This M5, we have completed now 2 successful laps through the EAG Rejuve program. This will be the 3rd time we are bringing it to market, and it is in now to have its inspection done during our next work day. And this 88 M5 has done a whopping 30,000 miles up to this point in time. We sourced it when it had just 28,000 miles in 2014 and sold it to a gentleman in San Francisco, which actually has a pretty cool story. We received it just a couple of days before Monterey Car Week and put it through the program inspection-wise. And I knew it was quite a special car. It was the 3rd lowest mileage E28 M5 that we had ever sourced at that time, which that remains today. And just had put it on the market and got a phone call while we were in Pebble Beach. And I was there, of course, doing all the different car events. And the gentleman said, I'm in the Bay Area and interested in that E28 M5. And well, Eric's out and running around California. Well, I'm there. Well, he's at Pebble Beach for Car Week. Oh, well, I'm there. Here's his cell phone number. And he calls me and he's like, yeah, this is David. I'm at the Quail. I said, I just walked through the gates. I'm at the Quail. So we met up and had a conversation the same day. He called real time in person, which was really a cool exchange. And by the time the event was over, he owned this car. It was a start of a great relationship. That's kind of a theme here at EAG. And he's bought several cars from us since. 30,629 miles, had not 2,000 less than that when David bought it. David then bought a 93 E30 convertible 5-speed from us. It was the second time we'd sold that car. And when he bought it, it had just 400 miles, believe it or not. This car is relatively stock with the exception of the highest end audio system that you could install in period from a company called ADS. We've seen this company quite a few times on different BMWs of this period that we've owned. Most recently, a Bronzit E28 M635 CSI that had a whopping 5,000 miles on it. And that ADS system was installed at factory, kind of similar to what the Alpina there has, which is a company called, I believe, SK. And a lot of those were dealer installed setups. Quite expensive setup in period. Not exactly what we'd want today, but if you would have installed that system back in period and you really want to relive this time in your life, well, this is a better way to do it since it's going to be just like the way you would have had it made. And they did a really nice job installing it, and everything all works just fine. The car has a performance chip that we installed as well as a front strut tower brace, and outside of that, it's stock. I guess I should include this pinstripe too. This is an all numbers matching car. It does have a little bit of paint work. The hood unfortunately had the fan go through, broke, and then the blade popped an out dent in the hood, taking some paint. So we did have to repair and repaint the hood when we sold it in 14, but the quality of work was on point. And the left rear quarter panel has a little paint work as well. But again, everything back there in the carpet we dug out to verify that it didn't get smacked or whacked, and it's a good straight car. Previous owner, prior to our initial acquisition, included some books and literature, the technical troubleshooting guide, the original brochures, which you don't see too many of those, and then even have the original odometer disclosure when the car sold back in April 10th of 1987. This is a super early car too. This is number 59. It's 2791059. They didn't go sequential, so it's in the first 50 cars built. I had a fun time reading this advertisement. I don't remember if I read it back in the day, but this is a 2004 listing for the car, and the description reads, "This is a once-in-a-lifetime find. You are looking at a pristine example of one of the greatest supercars ever made. This M5 has only 25,578 collector miles on it, and it looks new in every way. You could eat off the motor. The leather is gorgeous." Just go on, so on and so forth. And they were quite proud of the car, as they should have been, because they've got a bunch of the service documentation and service stamps in the book. And yeah, it's a legit car. Toolkit's full, all the keys, etc. And E28 M5s, they had a pretty high rate of attrition. They got driven. It was such a great driving car. Most of them have a buku amount of miles on them. And mileage comes risk and wear, and most of them will not be anywhere close to this condition. This is a #1 condition car by the definition, as you'd read it on Haggerty's website. And it'll be sold as such, and certainly looking forward to finding a great home for it a third time. If you're looking for an E28 M5 of this caliber, well, it is being brought to you for the first time this time around through our YouTube channel. This is a first look. The car is not advertised anywhere. This is the first introduction to market. We'll be writing the description and completing the rejuvenation roadmap once we complete the inspection, which is the next step, and then off to the photo studio. Certainly looking forward to meeting the next owner and supporting them throughout their ownership, just as we have with the two previous owners. And they don't make them like they used to. These analog cars that we are really heavily focused on are what it's all about, and ensuring that we start with the right cars and find great homes for them and support throughout. That's the EAG way, and why so many other enthusiasts have decided to cast their vote and do business with us and vote with their wallets, and certainly happy to always give them exactly what they pay for. So stay tuned for more. The EAG Rejuve Workshop 2.0, which is basically we're doubling our mechanical capacity with another workshop. We're 45 days away from opening there. The lifts are in, all the infrastructure is just finishing the build out, and more EAG crew are joining the EAG family. That's really exciting, and I'm super proud to be able to do that and offer them a great opportunity to do what they love every day and do it a different way. Very unique. So Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to our channel. That button down there at the bottom of the page, that is certainly going to continue to provide new updates when we do launch new videos like this and new listings. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks. See ya!